Hi, I'm Pastor Mike Maynard, one of the associate pastors here at the South Bay Church of the Nazarene in Torrance, California. I wanted to share with you a little bit about a good friend, a colleague in ministry, Pastor Sergey. He's the lead pastor at the Kyiv First Church of the Nazarene in Ukraine. Sergey and I had met back in 2001 for the first time, and we've become best friends over the last 23 years. We've done missionary trips together in Ukraine and also in Spain. I wanted to share with you some of the things that are going on in the church and his extended ministry within his community, and just the struggles that they are going through right now because of the war. But the best way for you to hear that is from Sergey himself.
Hi, my name is Sergey. I'm pastor in Kyiv First Church of the Nazarene. I want to briefly share with you about my life, about my family, my ministry, and what happened with us during the last 2.5 years since the war started. In 2022, when the war started, everybody were fleeing the country. Me too. I was planning to go outside, to live, to go outside and go in Europe. But in the midst of that chaos, in the midst of the darkness, God spoke to me and He said that He wants me to stay here and to be a pastor. It was a very difficult decision. It was against my will. I wanted something differently. I wanted something safe. I want to create a safe zone in my life. But God said, no, I want you to be here. He gave me to make decision, and I did. I decided to stay here, even though it was very dangerous, and I was afraid. And we started ministering to our people. I opened my house, and my house became a hub and shelter for many, many people. We fed people. We shared our food with people. People staying in my house. Some stay in weeks, some stay months. And the Lord started doing some great work through us and in us. And from my house, the Lord started a church. From a group of 20, mostly my members of my family. Within 6 months, our church became almost 400 people. Yes, you're right, 400 people. I never thought that our ministry is going to be like that. It was hard. It was hard to deal with that number of people. And my prayer was, God, help me not to have many people in the church, but help me to raise disciples and raise leaders. We spent almost a year and a half just to train people and raise them as strong Christians. In our church, we have a group of 40 people, leaders, 40 leaders in our church, 40 ministers. We have 16 cell groups or small groups or life groups. It depends how do you call in your church. Each group has approximately 30 people. I know, 30. We're thinking about to start a ministry in other places, and we're praying and we're asking God that God gave us strength to start 2 more churches in the closest areas. There is a great need. Unfortunately, many pastors, many ministers left the country. God needs a lot of workers here as well. And we're praying that we'll be able to start several churches here as well during next year and a half. It's almost 3 years since the war started. And the life doesn't get any better. Unfortunately, many people left country. Many men are leaving country. Many young men live in country. Only in our church, within last month, we lost 3 men in the war. Even myself, I'm not sure if I will make it till tomorrow, Every time when I live in my house, I can be stopped by military police and they can drag me in army. And many men hiding right now, they're not even going outside because they're afraid. Why I'm saying this to you? I'm saying that we need your prayer support. We all get tired of this. People exhausted. People tired. And in the midst of all of that, where people lost jobs, there is no work because economy is getting worse and worse every day. And as you know, Russians just in the beginning of the summer 2024, they destroyed almost 80% of our electrical system. And we're expecting a very difficult winter. Right now we have blackout, which means we can have from 2 till 6 hours a day electricity only. And in wintertime it's gonna be even worse. I'm sharing this with you because we really need your prayer support and financial support. I would like to install generator and inverter in my house and in our church just to be able to survive, to get through the winter. For example, in our church, if we will have electricity, we'll have the system. We want to start a ministry during the winter, probably from the end of October till all the way till March or April. We want to open our church for everyday services. We want to create a hub where people can come in, just warm up themselves, charge their batteries, and we would like to provide a soup, everyday soup for everybody. I know it's the huge ministry, and we're expecting our church will be growing even more than 400 people. But we would like to be a light, literally, we want to be a light in the darkness. And friends, please pray for us. We're expecting a very difficult time. It's going to be one of the most difficult times in our lives. And your prayer support, your financial support will be very appreciated. But I know, if we're standing in the midst of God's will, we'll be happy and we'll be thrilled even in the desert. And He will help us. He will help us to get through. And I believe that through these circumstances, through these difficulties, I believe God will bring revival in our church, in our city, and in our country. I believe during the hardest time, people open their hearts for Jesus. Please pray for us. We need your support. Support us. And may God bless you. And we love you very much.
Thank you, Sergey, for sharing with us. Right now, we'd like to give you the opportunity to invest in his ministry. We want to be able to raise 3,000 American dollars so that he can get the inverter installed to continue to do the ministry that God is leading him to do. And the way you can do that, you can send that directly through our website, through southbaynaz.com, and all the proceeds will go directly to Sergey. And we have a deadline that we want to reach by November 3rd. So we ask that you would just give what God has put upon your heart. Thank you for listening all the way through. God bless.